or visit the website.
Into the straight now, and American raced up to Tullamore and Elo. American takes the lead, the cup winner drawing away. He's back in a beautiful style, and American won the Moonee Valley Cup by 2 lengths. Precedence dash to the front now from Mourinho. Shoreham down, starting to finish. Precedence by 2 lengths. Shoreham trying hard, but old Precedence is back and fast in the winner's stall. Prince of Penzance, Precedent Andy Pinkle. It's Au Revoir Lavoie, and on the outside of the pair of them, Prince of Penzance strikes hard. Prince of Penzance draws away and wins it from Michelle Payne. Who's got the marmot? LeBron to the outside. Big Duke needs a run in the straight. 100 to go. Who shot the marmot up to Kiss Montaigne, but LeBron's the danger. Who shot the marmot's kicking in the middle. Who shot the marmot? Akita Sushi, a length and 3/4 Serpentine, followed by down the outside Sharp and Smart. Akita Sushi at the 100 from Serpentine. Akita Sushi 3/4 Serpentine. Akita Sushi holding on and wins.
This mounting yard is brought to you by the new Racing.com app. Now with national form, racing form for every state, every day. Download wherever you get your apps.
Here we are for the feature of the night, into the yard for the Ladbrokes Moonee Valley Gold Cup, the oldest feature race that has run at this amazing race course, and we'll see who books their spot for the first Tuesday in November. We start this yard with the one, Braden Starr.
Yeah, last start winner, Britt, and it was a good performance in the Herbert Power as well. Yes, the pace and pattern were on side, but deserved the win. He'd be knocking on the door leading into that, and I think he deserves plenty of respect once again.
He looks great, Hutch. He's always been a good-looking horse, this. I used to ride him a bit back in my day. I always thought he was a better mile to 2,000-metre horse. He can race a little bit keenly. He's drawn wide. I'm sure Craig Williams will push forward on him.
Trav is drawn the opposite side, drawn 1 here coming out of the Bart Cummings.
Yeah, and look, has a bit to find on that form behind Valiant King. I mean, they went quick and he settled back, made up minor headway. So 6-time winner, and it's been a little while since the victory, but you'd expect improvement, but does need to make it.
Smoke and Romans is the 3. We spoke to Jack Turnbull a little bit earlier. They have 2 in this race, and he sided with Smokey with a lead to this horse instead of the other.
Yeah, well, the good thing with this horse is he can bounce, put himself on speed. He likes the valley, and he's pretty reliable. And in these conditions, the quick track, I should say, is not going to worry him.
We had the late scratching of He's a Shocker with the good 3 track upgrade. So we move to the 5, the International. 1 smooth operator. They elected to go this way instead of the Geelong Cup.
It's an interesting one. I mean, he ran a similar figure in his York run this year and dropped off a bit for his most recent outing. But his Geelong Cup win last year was awesome. So if he's looking the goods, he's right in the game.
He looks nice and bright. Yeah, walking strongly through the bridle there, Hutch. Got the red earmuffs on to keep him relaxed. He looks pretty switched on. Carrying plenty of condition for a horse that's been racing right through the European season, but happy with the way he looks, and he's striding out nicely.
Most impressionist is the 6, Ethan Brown rides, coming out of the Herbert Power.
He needs another win. I mean, look, he had excuses probably behind Braden Starr, the way that race was run. There was a little bit of money around for him. He started $9. He'd probably like a truer gallop. Like I said, it's been a little while since he's managed to win.
The 8 is Grand Piero, bringing that Bart Cummings form here tonight.
Yeah, and it may well prove to be the right form once again for this galloper as well. But I thought just had a little bit to find from others out of that contest, so I was looking elsewhere.
Athabascan is the 9, has the Sydney form.
Not sure where the Athabascan's at the moment. I know there's been the odd excuses, prep, but I think it's fair to say he's just hasn't hit the heights this time in, so he's going to need to lift.
Same can be said regarding the Sydney form with the 10, Cleveland.
That's true, and 3rd run of the preparation, and just got tired late in that race when Ethan Brown was on board in the Group 3 at Rose Hill. So another one that probably needs to lift a little bit on that run.
Berkshire Breeze is the 11. This is the only horse in the field that isn't in the Melbourne Cup nominations for Kieran Mara McD.
He's a talented enough horse. He probably needs a gallop, doesn't really have a turn of foot. The quick ground's not an issue. He's honest. I think his form this prep's been okay. He probably would have liked to see him run through the line a little better recently.
He's got the blinkers on again, Hutch. He looks really switched on here. He's striding out nicely and he does look nice and fit.
The 13 is Scary, another one out of the Herbert Power.
Yeah, I think this horse could run well at a price, and yeah, I just feel that he didn't have the right run there for him at pretty much his last two. He was second to Whiskey on the Hill at Mornington, and that was a good run in a slowly run race, and the race shape didn't suit last start either. He just needs a bit more tempo, and Scary could run a big race tonight.
And the final runner is So You Are. We're bringing form lines from everywhere. This one, Queensland.
It's been a good year for the Queenslanders. Maybe a good Cox plate for them too with Antina.
Be even better
we'll have to
tomorrow.
wait and see. Yeah. So You Are. I think this also run well. It can bounce, put himself on speed. Recent races have been certainly decent, and might be another one that could be there for a fairway.
How do you order the 4 in the Moonee Valley Gold Cup of 2025?
I'm with One Smooth Operator. I'm going to trust the Geelong Cup win from last year. I'm a little bit concerned, Ollie, about that last run with him and these imports. You've got to be a little bit careful. You've got to sort of trust the stable. But I like it when they've come down to Victoria and they've done it once. They usually can. At least you know they've got it in them. So if they're happy, I'll be happy. Outside of him, I think Scary's the horse at a price that could run a bit of a race. Outside of that, I think it's pretty open. Smoking Romans is one to respect. What about from the yard? Was there something in here that caught your eye?
I like the look of Post Impressionist, Hutch.
Right.
Even though I was disappointed with his last start run, I thought he'd have every chance, but he's a horse that's probably been a little bit underwhelming this, but he does look great. I was happy with One Smooth Operator, and like you said, his run in the Geelong Cup last year was so dominant, it's hard to get that out of your mind, even though he hasn't probably been performing up to his highest level back home this year, but I can assure you he's arrived safe and well. Scary looked good as well, and the other one I thought that looked all right and is well suited at the set weights and penalties here is Smoking Romans.
I have Brian Ellison to talk about One Smooth Operator. How do you compare him coming here tonight as he was 12 months ago when he went to that Geelong Cup?
Well, obviously we use hot monitors and he's clocking faster times than he did last year, so I hope he's better. But he seems good. He's, you know, we're desperate to get a run into him. We're going to go to you're there and went too soft at Geelong, so and it just went too soft for him. So we'll try to suit him better today.
Was that an easy decision then between Geelong and Friday night tonight?
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't easy. He didn't want soft ground.
When you look at him in the parade, how forward is he to run?
Plenty of work. He hasn't missed a day. Clocking good times, and it looks great. Hope he runs well. You know, I mean, the main aim has been the Melbourne Cup, so I mean, I think we'll get in anyway. Well,
currently 24th, so you're looking pretty good. A win here tonight would be even better. Where are you hoping to see him in the run?
No, we drop in, take your time, and just roll off a bend. You have to take your time with him, and then hopefully you can market sneak into it around the top end and quicken up the straight. Similar to Geelong when he won last year, you know. So.
Let's hope that can be the case. We met him out the back a little bit earlier. He seems like such a cool customer. We know he's so well travelled. Is he just one that takes the travel all in his stride?
He absolutely loves it. He came here, he put weight on. He loves being out here. Like last year, he was great. Everything's been fine. There's been no dramas this year. Usually we do have dramas, but at the moment there's no dramas.
And that's what you like. Good luck here tonight and then again in the Melbourne Cup.
Right, well, thanks very much. Cheers.
Well, he's been replaced as favourite because there's been a good move for Smoking Romans all the way into 350. One Smooth Operator now a 450 second elect. Berkshire Breeze at 6. Double figures or better the rest, headed by Braden Starr, who's an $11 chance with Post Impressionist. So are you on the next line of betting at 12, but the money has come strongly for our new favourite in Smoking Romans. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
Yeah, interesting race from that wagering perspective, of course, and a bit of chopping and changing, but good to hear from the One Smooth Operator camp. And look, he's been pretty solid. He's opened at the VOP at 4, got out to 440, he's back to 420. So whilst there is good support for Smoking Romans, who's the favourite, he's pretty well supported. Mark Zara great big race rider as well, Ollie. So he's got the right man on board.
Yeah, I agree, Hutch. Yeah, a good engagement for Mark there. Good staying rider. He just puts his horses to sleep well, and he knows Moonee Valley so well. And yep, I think it's a good engagement.
With a lot of these imports, when they come out, I suppose, you know, from the riding perspective, and someone like Mark, I'm sure would have watched the replays on last year, and just listening to what Mr. Ellison said there about the horse, put him to sleep earlier. Probably got to take notice of the little bits and pieces that how they want their horses ridden. They're ridden in a certain style. Yeah, well, Mark's ridden a lot internationally, so he's open to all different sort of styles and types of horses, so he understands these horses well. He rides a lot of them too, you know, obviously winning a couple of Melbourne Cups on Gold Trip and Without a Fight as well, so he's very familiar with that type of horse. And I mean, he's a good all-round rider, Mark, anyway, so you know, he's certainly a great engagement. Looking good under lights, as was Braden Starr, of course. Braden Starr, co-trained by Trent Bussiter, is about to have a chat with Quinny.
Thanks very much, Hutchie. I'm here with Trent now, and Braden Starr was very impressive winning at Caulfield last start. How's he trained on since then, and what are the confidence levels like?
Yeah, he's good, he's happy, he's solid. Look, he's up a lot in weight, obviously. I think he meets Smoke and Roman 6.5 kilos, but look, we've got to concentrate on our own horse. He's straightforward. He done win him out of turn, but he won last time. Hopefully it gives us a bit of confidence.
Now, it's come up a pretty strong race. Did you just and ah where to go with him to try and get into the Cup?
No, this was sort of our race. I think we run fourth last year, pretty unlucky. So it was sort of always usually think the better ones go to Geelong, but for whatever, it's 750, we're happy to be here.
Well, fingers and toes crossed he can get in the Melbourne Cup, because if he gets there, I dare say he'd be pretty competitive.
We'll hope. We'll worry about tonight and hope we get the job done tonight.
Now, you've got a good team in tomorrow. Can you give us a cheeky tip tomorrow?
The filly in the, I think, race 3, whatever it is, the William Crockett, Trey Magnificent. She's a good filly.
You've pronounced that much better than me. Good luck with Braden Starr, and good luck tomorrow.
Cheers, Quinny. Thanks, mate.
There we go, Trent Bussiter, one of the best in the business. And he set the bar pretty high for us there, Brittany.
Yes, Très Magnifique is what I would go with instead of...
I think you might be right, Britt.
Très Magnifique, but I like it. Hey, you know what? If it's a winner, we've had this discussion week in, week out. I don't care how you pronounce it.
You can call it whatever you like, I suppose, yeah. But good luck to the Bussiter team. And Braden Starr, it was pretty tough the other day. I know the pack probably said it on the day, but we still had to dig in and still deserved the win, Ollie. Like, there was a fair bit of merit to it.
Yeah, the big key is he goes up a lot in weight for that win off the minimum there. Like Trent said, he meets what is it, Smoke and Roman, 6 kilos worse at the weight. So you know, it's if you're a weights and measures kind of person, he's going to face the task there,
particularly over this sort of trip as well. So that is the case. In any case, we've got very close, Brett, to co-favourites. Now, there's not much between Smoke and Romans and One Smooth Operator.
It always looked like it was going to be very, very open, didn't it? And there is more at stake for some of these runners trying to get themselves into the Melbourne Cup, and some that already appear to be in. As we say, One Smooth Operator, 24 already, so obviously can be leapfrog, but you'd think at 24 at this stage you'd be pretty safe to have your spot in the field. The punters struggling to separate them at the top of the market. It's open. It's a great race. Let's hand you upstairs to Matt Hill for the Ladbrokes Moonee Valley Gold Cup.
Here's the hope of Armidale, So You Are, going into the gates. A spot in the Melbourne Cup up for grabs here as well, as Scary comes up, and that will leave Braden Starr, who arguably was desperately unlucky in this race last year. Braden Starr with Craig Williams to take the outside alley. The Ladbrokes Moonee Valley Gold Cup, feature race of the night, 2,500 metres, and they're locked away. Set to run now, and they're racing. Berkshire Breeze jumped well with Cleveland. Braden Starr towards the outside, also showing zest shortly after the get-go. Post Impressionist is a bit closer tonight too. Braden Starr's looking for the rails and the lead, looking to sweep across, pushing up as So You Are, keeping it working for the time being. Smoke and Romans next the fence, and Post Impressionist, and as a result they got along the first 400 or 500 metres. 3 lengths to Berkshire Breeze, Grand Piero, 2 lengths Athabascan, Cleveland, a gap Scary, One Smooth Operator, And last is Trav down the straight with 1900 metres to run. And the leader is So You Are by 3/4 Braden Star. A length and a half away in third, Smoke and Romans. And fourth is Post Impressionist. 2.5 Grand Piero. A length and a quarter Berkshire Breeze as they leave the straight at the 1700 metres. Cleveland next on the rails, followed by Athabaskan. Then came well back in the field, One Smooth Operator. Second last is Scary and 2 lengths to Trav. To the Dean Street side, 1500 metres to run. So You Are the leader from Braden Star. And the race just settles in a more of a pattern now at the 1400 metres. Smoke and Romans is third, getting a gun run. And they were followed by one off the fence, Post Impressionist, as they reached the 1300 metre corner. Then came Grand Piero, who's fifth on the fence. 3/4 Berkshire Breeze. A length and a half away Cleveland. Then Athabaskan, One Smooth Operator, Scary, and last of all is Trav. Heading towards the back section. They've got 1,000 metres to go in the Ladbrokes Moonee Valley Gold Cup. So You Are the leader from Braden Star, just getting a little bit closer now. It's a neck away. Smoke and Romans is third, and fourth is Post Impressionist. A length and a half Grand Piero from Berkshire Breeze is now So You Are, just tries to quicken it off the back section. Cleveland midfield on the fence from Athabaskan at the 750. One Smooth Operator's going to have to try and extricate off the fence. Scary gets going to its outside, and Travs of the field pack up. They've got to So You Are. And now the race is on at the school at the 600 as Braden Star is left in front early. Post Impressionist sprinting with it. Berkshire Breeze about to make a line of 3, and here comes Scary. 4 deep around them. Grand Piero behind them. Smoke and Romans has a tiring horse in front of it. Athabaskan behind those, followed by Trav and One Smooth Operator. Scary, Berkshire Breeze go together into the straight. 200 metres to go. Berkshire Breeze had a surge, kicked a length in front of Scary, Grand Piero, Athabaskan, and One Smooth Operator's flying. Berkshire Breeze in front. One Smooth Operator right down the middle, puts pay to them. One Smooth Operator wins. Second Athabaskan, third Scary, fourth Berkshire Breeze. Then came Cleveland. Next to finish Grand Piero in company with Smoke and Romans, Post Impressionist. Trav behind them. What an entertaining Moonee Valley Gold Cup it was. Well back So You Are and Braden Star.
12 months later and success again for Brian Ellison. What a moment taking out the Moonee Valley Gold Cup. And what a ride, Ollie. What a ride from Mark Zara. He was in a tricky position halfway down the side, back on the inside. He had to weave a passage and find a way, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, very composed ride, like you said, Hutchie. But the pace was on early. You know, they were just going far too fast at first 400-600 metres. They did slow up in the middle, but you just knew that early tempo was going to tell on them late.
He was well backed in last year's Cup this winter, and of course, as we mentioned, through the order of entry will be there and definitely gets his go there now, but they'll be hoping for a better result. I thought he had excuses. He was solid enough in the market today, but like you said, Ollie, it was a strange race. It was so willing early. It was chopping and changing. A number of them just overdid it.
Yeah, and you know, when they do go that hard from the start, I mean, you know that those horses up the front, they're gonna be struggling late, and it was really set up for the swoopers that were. You could see coming down the side past the school there, the ones that were starting to move into it from the back, they were travelling up, bridling up, really, really good. And Mark was ever patient. He was the last one to go as he peeled off their back. You only got them late, but you could see that he was the one that you wanted to be on coming around the bend.
He was. Nice effort from Athabaskan, a big turnaround for him. Scary loomed as a massive chance as well. Not beaten far. I think got the tempo required today as well. But as I said, Britt, 12 months on. Last year, the Geelong Cup, well, they conquered that, and tonight, they've conquered the Valley.
That's exactly right, Hutch. Brian Ellison, wowee. Last year it was the Geelong Cup. Tonight it's the Moonee Valley Gold Cup. You knew behind the scenes that his times were suggesting good things, but he just won really nicely.
He's been working really well. Times have been good. Great. He's got a lot of speed, and that's the way you have to ride him. I thought we had a bit to do at one stage, but when he pulled him out, he picked up well. But I know he's got a great centre foot, but you just can't ride him handy. You have to ride him for luck. So give him a great ride.
What were your thoughts during the run? Because it was interesting early with the top end speed, and then it came off. What were your thoughts?
No, I thought it was great early on, a lot of speed. And we needed a gallop on, and there was plenty of gallop on. We were a bit. I thought, are we in trouble here? But when as soon as he got him pulled up and got him rolling, he hasn't ran for 2 months either. And he's never had any. He's never been away. And he'll improve for the run as well. So.
What does his work look like behind the scenes then? Not having had a run for 2 months and travelling across to Australia, how much work do you have to give him behind the scenes?
When I come over here, I learned years ago that you have to give him speed work, and we only gallop in 4 furlongs. We canter a lot, but you only ever do 4 furlong gallops.
Tonight was at Moonee Valley. Flemington now beckons.
Yeah.
How do you think he'll go in a Melbourne Cup?
I just want 10 days with no dramas like we did last year and like we've had before. And he'll run well at Flemington. I'm not saying he's going to win it because I think it's a really hot race, but he won't disgrace himself.
What does the next 10 days look like for him?
We'll see.
What does it look like for you? How will you handle the build-up?
I'm all right. I don't panic or anything, but he goes for the bone scan tomorrow again. And then hopefully he comes out of that all right. You know, he got better this morning, he got better 2 days ago. Everything's been good, you know, but you always crossing your fingers when you get vetted. So.
Who rides him in the Melbourne Cup?
Harry Coffey.
That would be a very, very popular victory. Good luck for the next 10 days and well done here.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Brian Ellison, Mark Zahra receiving his congratulations, and we'll get a word with him because that was an excellent ride, Hutch.
All right, there we have it. What a moment. Yeah, they can look forward, and interesting news there as well in the Cup. Harry Coffey with the ride, Ollie.
Yeah, great pickup for Harry. I think he's got a lightweight. It might be around 52 or 53, I think. And Harry's a great lightweight rider, as we saw win the Caulfield Cup last year. So great opportunity for Harry in the big one in the Melbourne Cup.
That it is. And let's hear from the man himself and what he thought of the race, Britt, in Mark Zahra.
Mark Zahra, congratulations to you. Talk us through how that one unfolded.
It was pretty easy, actually. I just, as Brian said, just let him be, and you know, that's the only time he's gone bad when we try to ride him forward, which I would have had no choice anyway, but he was off the bridle second last and just let it all unfold. I sort of went early, and they all packed up and I was still travelling. I just needed a bit of break, but I thought I was winning at the sort of 400. As soon as he got the room, he was strong and was soft late. It was a very good win.
Was it a bit of an unusual race shape with what was happening up front in terms of that early speed and then packing?
We're at Moonee Valley, so stuff like that can happen all the time, but you knew they went quick the first bit, then they were always going to slow up. But for a back marker, it's always good when they bunch up the corner like that because you can get a bit of momentum and you know, get it going off the bend and power home strong, which he did.
Gee, when he looked like he built that momentum, did you always feel like the winner once he hit that top gear?
Yeah, like I say, a couple went early past me, but I travelled well and sort of, I reckon at the 300 I thought, I'm home here. Like nothing was getting away from me and I was just sort of chiming in nicely and soft in the end.
You know what it takes to win a Melbourne Cup. Does he feel like the horse that can elevate in 10 days' time?
Well, he ran very well in it last year, I think, off a wide barrier, so I've already got a ride at 59, but he's definitely not without hope with 52. He settles well and he'll run the trip, so he definitely got a chance. Just
learnt Harry Coffey will take the ride. You can well and truly continue eating and drinking for your 59. Well done here.
That I will. Thank you. Cheers. Good on you.
Mark Zahra, well done there. Hutch, well, that is a very interesting jockey booking. Harry Coffey, wonderful to see him get that opportunity.
It is, really is. And Harry's got his strike rate actually overall's solid, but it goes to another level when he steps up in trip. And of course, as Ollie was just chatting to me off there, got the Caulfield Cup win last year and brilliantly executed ride. Ollie, let's have a look at this race again, and we'll cut it up a little bit. Firstly, the early sections, the first 400 metre of the race. There was a few here with instructions to go forward, and they just overcooked it.
Yeah, you could see that. CJ Graham from a wide gate, and also Craig Williams on Braden Star, who's a natural forward runner as well. You could see CJ in the green colours there, pushing her horse along to be inside. Smoke and Romans in the blue colours there, who's another forward runner, and also Post Impressionist being ridden forward as well, offset their wide gates. And you had Berkshire Breeze in the grey also inside there, just crossing to clear runners there. But you can see that first 400, that's quite a genuine tempo for a staying race like this. And you know, they stretched out a little bit early. You could see even after 400 metres there's quite some few gaps in the field there, and eventually got their positions after the first 600, and then you could see when after they went past the winning post the first time, they then started to ease up a little bit after that.
But the damage is done in many respects, and I think it was an 11-2 and maybe a 12-1 or something. So they're effectively running, 33 for the, that first little bit of the race, or 23, and it's just been far too quick. This is now from about the 1,000, and we'll see where Mark is, and this is, I suppose now he's just thinking, where am I going to go?
Well, he got a beautiful card into the race. You see Berkshire Breeze and Scary both travel up, and he's on the back of Athabaskan, the eventual second place getter now. He peels off, pushes out here, and look, you heard Mark say at 300 he felt like he was the winner, you know, because they'd burnt so much petrol early that, and he'd done nothing. He'd relaxed, so you knew he was going to have plenty to give late, and a lot of those horses, particularly the ones that are up on the pace, you could see them sitting out towards the back.
Probably not a bad run from Berkshire Breeze, all considered. Probably the closest of them to still be figuring. In the end, it's all history here for Brian Ellison and his team, taking out the Moonee Valley Gold Cup with Mark Zara and, of course, one smooth operator. We've got one to come at the Valley. We'll go through that on the other side of the break.